Good morning, it's Dominique. Maayong buntag. I keep saying that, but actually, shoot, it is in the Philippines. It's actually, uh, Mayong hapon. It's in the afternoon now. Oh no, it's actually, no, it's about midnight. It's almost midnight. I'm way off. I've been saying that this entire time. So, they're probably in bed and then they'll wake up to my videos. Maybe. I hope. We'll see. Um, so, there's going to be, this topic is about how not to buy a car. Okay? So, all the youngins out there are kind of seeing, I think, all the celebrities or the real housewives or whatever. And I'm just using that because that's probably one of the type of shows that everybody's watching, that they're flaunting their materialistic things. And yeah, it's like if you want to go broke like almost immediately, just get with one of those types of women or men, right? You know, because it can happen to women as well too. There could be materialistic men as well too, you know. So anyhow, how not to buy a car, okay? How not to buy a car is when you turn 18. And by the way, if you are a parent, you might want to go ahead, if your children are about to turn 18. I'm not sure if it's different in every state in the U.S. Gosh, I didn't even check on that because I was in California, for most of those years. And then I'm here in Idaho now in the USA. But do not, I always say, if you can't save up for a car, go find a way to do public transportation, even if it's hard, okay? Either that or look for a job that is bikeable, where you can walk there. If it's easy to walk there, easy to bike there, or easy to get a public transportation to get there, because that's the ways that you can save a lot of money. Having a car puts people, the two biggest purchases for Americans really is a car. That usually sets them back 10 to 15 years, depending on what kind of car and how many cars that they go through. And a house, So this whole FOMO thing, I was like, oh my gosh, this is going to be dangerous because there's so many unethical people. They're just like, oh, come on, buy a house, buy a house, buy a house. I'm like, guys, these are people's lives and families that we are breaking if we don't do this the right way, And the only reason why I have I hold myself to a higher standard because that's how it was when they sold me my house. Nobody told me. Actually, I figured out how to do it because I was already in lending at the time, but I still didn't know mortgage. I didn't know somebody set me up an option arm back then in 2001 or something like that to get me into the house. And I even used part of my 401k to buy that first house that I had, Anyhow, so going back to how not to buy a car. If you're looking for a car and the monthly payment is $300, really, I'm over exaggerating this, but you need to look at that $300 monthly payment to be 10 times that. And the reason why I say that is that the insurance is going to be a lot, especially if you're young. And depending on where you live and depending on where you move to, your insurance is going to be high. And you need to have car insurance. And if you're driving without it, I don't know why you're driving without it. I know the insurance make a lot of money, but it's, I think, I don't know I know it was illegal to do that in California. I think it's like that in Idaho as well. We just always had insurance because why would you be driving without insurance, right? So if you are from the Philippines coming here to America, that is the thing that you want to find out, So I'm almost positive that every state should have required insurance if you have a car, but I don't know. So, and this is not the channel to do that. So what I just wanted to talk about is how not to buy a car. Is that if you just got your job, you may be in probation, and you could be in probation for 30 days, 90 days, 6 months, 1 year. If you buy a car immediately, good luck with that, because then let's say, especially in this economy, what if you get the job and then they lay you off after a month, right? Then now you're stuck with a car and you're going to go ahead and get the car repoed within 6 months. A lot of these dealerships know that, okay? They have like GPS on the cars because they know the likelihood of you getting repoed in a car is more likely. And to me, I think that's just a crooked way to do business. I mean, that's probably why the universe has said, oh, enough dealerships, enough. That's what I see what's happening right now. It's the Filipina in me. I was like, enough is enough. And so you put enough bad energy out there, that's going to come back to bite you. I always say that, So, yeah, two wrongs don't make a right. So whenever somebody does me wrong, I just kind of ignore them. Like, ooh, like I just kind of stay away, because you decide to put that out there, the universe knows. And the universe knows how to get you back when you least expect it. So anyhow, yeah, buying a car. Yeah, and when I say it's times 10, is that the first thing you should really do is, and I know that I know when I was 21, I did the same thing. I had cars that were handed over to me, and I wasn't, and I feel bad because I wasn't as graceful as I should be. And I'm like, well, looking back now, I'm like, wow, what the heck was I not grateful enough? I mean, to get free cars from my uncle, who is now in heaven. Oh, thank you, God. He really did help me out, because, nobody's just going to give you a free car, or, I think it was $500 or something like that. I mean, back then it's still even good. Anyway, so I got used to getting hand-me-downs, and I didn't know how to maintain it. So when you have a car, you need to maintain it. Just like when you marry somebody, you need to stay maintained. I don't know if that's the right way and kosher way to say it, but you don't take advantage of the good things that you get in life, and just like house as well too, you got to maintain it. You don't just let it fall apart. But life does happen, and sometimes those things, you do the things that you have control. I mean, cleaning up after yourself, you have control over that. If your mom and dad didn't teach you how to clean up after yourself, clean up after yourself. But I know with anxiety and everything, sometimes that anxiety can take over, and you don't even realize you're living in filth, right? So it is what it is. And I pray for all those people that are going through that, and anyone that is going through tough times right now. I am praying for you, even though I don't know you. If you've watched my channel, the reason why I did this is that not so much for the money. I mean, if the money's there, great, but really, if it helps you get through the day, I've done my job. Point to heaven. So anyways, that's kind of my husband's like, just have fun, tell people how not to buy a car. I'm like, yeah, the car thing is like a big deal. It's like my kids stopped listening to me, but it's like, I'm like, man, you know how many purchase contracts I've had to read and go through and analyze, because I worked at San Diego County Credit Union and Mission Federal Credit Union from like 2000, I don't know, was it 2012? I forget what day it was. It's 2012 to all the way to 2019 or something like that. No, I worked at Flagstaff then. But yeah, around there. So about a good 5 to 7 years minimum, so, and we had to do about 2 mil, I think. How many million was that? Was it about 2 million? I forget now. It was between 1 to 2 million in our branch for auto loans. And so you had to do a lot, and so if we weren't funding, I think 1 or 2 loans a day, or I forget how many that we had to do, but it was a lot. It was a lot. And so I even had to negotiate and call the dealerships and be like, hey, they're canceling this, they're canceling that, they're canceling this. Boom. And now they're only getting this and this and this and this. Like, send me a new purchase contract, please. Like, I literally had to negotiate for a lot of my clients, because I knew the tricks of the trade. And if you are from the auto dealership and you're doing the right thing, keep doing the right thing. But there are many of you, just like real estate and just like loan officers, that do the wrong thing, and it's for greed, and it's for your own benefit, because you're trying to feed your family. But if you have to cross another human being to support your own, you're not doing the right thing. And don't do that. Don't do that. So kids who are buying cars, please do not buy them if you don't have to. Figure out how to get like I know it's probably dangerous. Oh my gosh, please don't try to be a sue happy Americans and try to, I'm just recommending this, but that doesn't mean that you have to do this, where, well, so this YouTuber did say this is this or this. And I'm like, I'm just giving you different options that you may have to save money. Now, do what's safe for you in the area of the world that you live in. So if riding a bike or riding a motorcycle is unsafe, don't do it, okay? Don't do it. Figure out how to get on a train or a bus, whatever, so... but there are more ways than trying to be enslaved with auto debt. If you are trying to fancy a woman with your car, that is not the right woman that you should want to be with, or man, okay? Because it's auto debt is just stupid. It's dumb. If you can't buy a nice car in cash, you shouldn't be buying it. Now, there are some very, very wealthy people that that need business write-offs, and that's part of their write-off. Well, let them do their thing, okay? But for the majority of the people, don't enslave yourself or pigeonhole yourself into a debt that is going to be hard to pay back, especially if you have student loan debt too. And if you've got parents that always save you from your own debt, and then you're an adult, you should really look into yourself, because you shouldn't, you're crippled, unless you want to take care of your mom and dad when they go ahead and retire and don't send them to a nursing home, fine. Then you want to take advantage of them, that's fine. But guess who ends up taking care of the elderly here in the U.S.? It's the Filipinos usually, okay, in the nursing homes. So anyways, going back to the car. Yes, so if you're looking at a $300 payment, just assume that it's $3,000 combined. That's including insurance, the maintenance on the car, what if scenarios, gas, whatever. So if you look at it in the worst case scenario, that $300 payment is really $3,000. If you're smart, you'd say, I don't think I want to buy a car. Okay, so, and if you have multiple cars, why? There's no need. I mean, it depends, right? There's some people that share, the frugal, economical couples, they figure out a way to use one car so it's not double the expense. And they kind of make do with work and all that. Yeah, it's a lot of anxiety, probably trying to get to manage time. But, I think us Americans, we're not used to sacrificing, And I'm from the Philippines, so we're used to sacrificing all the time. So a small sacrifice to us is nothing. So we're that's why they look at us and they're like, oh my God, daghang mga Amerikano mga sige complain, suplado kaayo, suplada kaayo. That's what they say about us. We are selfish, we are entitled, we are, sobra, 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 sobra. They always have that. So anyways, yeah. So the best way to get a car, if you're going to do it the right way, is if you've already been employed, you don't have any credit card debts, you don't have any student loan debts, and you've been at your job for 2 to 3 years, and then you get a reasonably priced car. And if you don't know how to negotiate, then call the local credit union near you, and do your research first. Don't just show up at the dealership. That's the wrong way to buy a car. Sorry, dealerships, but there's a lot of unethical salespeople over there, that I've had to deal with. So sorry, don't want to offend you guys, but go to the credit unions first, because if they decline you there, that means you shouldn't get a loan. Okay, that's what I told one dealership in San Diego, and I'm not going to mention who it was. Is I went, and this is by far, I don't know of any person that's been able to do this, but one of my daughter's friends, and I'm not going to say her name, I think seriously God was making sure that she told me at the right time. Is like, I think she bought a car, I think during Christmas time or something like that, and then she got COVID, and then when she came out of it, she was so stressed out of her mind. I'm like, yeah, let's go return your car. And guess what, guys? I got the car returned within a month, refunded, like as if it never happened. That never happens. The most often is that most of us learn the hard way, where we had to pay off a car. We had to pay off a car, and it took us 5 years, 7 years, or 10 years because one car got messed up and we had to refinance, whatever, but you learn, you live and learn. And I literally saved my girlfriend's, my daughter's girlfriend from all of that. So whether she appreciates it or not, that's another story. No, but yeah, I just knew that, I knew deep inside, I knew God sent me to her because she needed to be saved from that transaction, because I was like, there is no way. I went to the dealership and be like, go return this car, because if you had an 18-year-old daughter or son or whatever, and they walked into a dealership, I'm like, you had kids. I literally had to tell the guy, if you had children and they went into another dealership and signed for a car, would you do the exact same thing I did? Absolutely. So, people need to really start caring about, like, if you are doing unethical sales, you need to quit that job. You shouldn't be working there, and you shouldn't be trying to take advantage of elderly or the vulnerable people, the young people that don't know, that are naive. You shouldn't do that. You're welcoming bad energy. That's not good to your soul. So anyways, be soulful. All right. I think I've done enough rants for today. All right. Happy New Year. Peace. Subscribe.